Hi, I'm Sarah Butler, an occupational therapist, and I'm making this little video to show you some fine motor strengthening activities. These are my favourite ones, the ones that I kind of mostly demonstrate to children when they are looking to develop the strength in their hands. The one thing I will say is that research has found that if you do fine motor strengthening activities, it does strengthen the muscles that you use to do the activities. But they have found that that doesn't automatically result in an improvement in the activities that we use our hands for. So if you do these activities, you will get better at them. You'll find that the muscles that you use to do them to get stronger, but it won't automatically result in an improvement in your ability to do your buttons or your zips or your colouring or your handwriting. So there are times that it's a really good idea to do some of these activities, mostly if it's really hard for you to do like pop buttons, or you don't have the strength to say pull a really small button through a buttonhole, or you don't have the strength to hold a pencil in this sort of grasp. And there's other times that these activities may be totally irrelevant to you, but if you find them fun, they're not going to do you any harm to do. So the number one involves money, and I have a little money box here and a couple of coins. So generally, the bigger the coins are, the easier this activity is. And so what you do is you pick up the first coin, and you're going to pick it up between your thumb and your finger, and you're going to try and make it disappear down into your hand. So you're hiding it in the palm of your hand. You're going to get the next one. I'm going to pick it up between your thumb and finger, make it disappear down into your hand. It's kind of like magic. So the more you pick up, the harder it gets to stay holding them. And what you're doing is not only are you using your little pincer grip to pick it up, you're also using all of these intrinsic muscles here in the palm of your hand, and also using your little finger and ring finger to stabilize the coins while you're doing it. So you hold as many as you can, and then you try to bring them back up, using all those muscles to bring them back up and pop them into your money box. And you can make it into a race, or you can just see I collected 2 yesterday, you can collect 3 today, and do it however you want. Or you can just pick up one, make it disappear, bring it back up, give it to someone else, let them put it in the money box, as you like. The next one involves something most families have in a drawer somewhere, a big tub of Blu Tack. So what I do with this is just take out the whole wad of it and ball it up into a ball. Or if there's a couple of you, you might split it up into a couple of different balls. Blu Tack has got a lovely level of resistiveness in it. So when you make it into a ball like that, all the muscles in your hand have to work kind of hard. And you feel it yourself when you're doing it. And then you can squeeze it out. I find this a lovely fidget toy myself if I'm on the phone, or if I'm doing a presentation that I actually kind of feel nervous about. I'll often have a little lump of Blu Tack and I'll be playing with it. So you can roll it out, make it into sausages or worms. You can pinch little bits of it, make different bits of food, turn this one into an apple. You can play a game where everybody makes something and other people then have to guess what it is. Kind of look like an apple. You can play a game where you have different things written on a sheet of paper, and whatever one you pick out, you have to make that thing out of it. So maybe this time I have to make a bowl. As you can tell, I'm very artistic. So yeah, Blu Tack is really, really good for developing all those muscles in your fingers and in your hands. And again, it doesn't feel like work, it's just fun. The next one is a way of using up all the junk paper that seems to come in through the letterbox. Is that just me? So what you do is you take it, rip it into strips, and then take one in each hand and try to ball it up into as small a ball as you can. Again, you're using all of those muscles to do that. The tighter the ball, you can see now I'm bringing it up into my little 3 fingers here, my thumb and index and middle finger. The tighter the ball, the easier it's going to be for the next bit of the game. And I'm right-handed, so I don't know if you noticed, but my ball is smaller and tighter when I use my right hand than my left hand. So if you have a little bit of difficulty with the muscles in your hands and fingers and they're not as strong, what you'll find is that it'll be really hard to do it with just one hand. You might end up bringing it against your chest or against the tabletop or using another hand. If you need to do that, that's fine, because you won't do it as you get stronger. And then the goal is that as you get a little bit stronger, you're able to do it with just one hand. So you make up some of these balls, and then, like I said, the smaller and tighter they are, the easier it's going to be, because you can use them for target practice. You can pick something in the room that everyone aims for, and you either just throw them. I hit it on the mat, you can't tell, but I got there. Or you can do this on the floor or a tabletop, where you have to try flick it at whatever you're aiming at. So you put your index finger in behind your thumb, and then you kick it out, a big kick out like that, and connect with your paper ball and see how far you can send it. It's also a nice one to do lying on your tummy on the floor, and then you're flicking it along and see how far along the floor you can send it. The last one is something that involves a sheet of material. So I just have a scarf here, and what you do is you put that down on the table, and let me move this. What you do is you start at one end with your hand down on the table. You use all of your fingers and thumb to gather in as much of the material as you can. So you're pulling it in until you have a full handful. And you see, can you get all the way to the end? My hand is pretty big, so I did manage it. If you've got a smaller hand, you might not go that far. Another way you can do it to make it a little bit more exciting is to get different stickers, and you stick them along the scarf at different spots. So you can kind of test yourself to see how many of the stickers you can gather up. So if I start here, okay, I got as far as the pink and yellow ones, got myself another yellow one, got myself a pink one, got myself a green one. And it's just another way of making it a little bit motivating. So when you're doing these activities, like I said, think about what you want to achieve from it. Is it going to help you get better at an activity that's hard for you to do now? Is there a point to doing them? Are they fun? And are you making progress? Are you seeing progress when you do them? If you've any questions, you can contact an occupational therapist or myself. My website is www.otsbutler.com, and my Facebook page is Occupational Therapy with Sarah Butler. Bye.